Well, I wasn't a big fan of the last episode I did, so you know what? Getting a bonus one today. Hey, and guess what it is? That's right, it's Magnetic Grenade. Why? Because I want a really stupid... Yep, this should work just fine. Why? Because I want a really stupid run to kind of even out the various good runs? Well, more legitimate runs, what with the 3 cells and everything. So I'm choosing Magnetic Grenade. Magnetic Grenade. I do not like Magnetic Grenade. Why do I not like Magnetic Grenade? It makes enemies super unpredictable because it forces them to move all weird. You ever played Binding of Isaac? It's a lot like... Yeah. There's a lot of items like that in Binding of Isaac, for example. Wiggle Worm was always one that was really bad in the original Binding of Isaac. They eventually turned that into a trinket, but that's not quite the same thing. I'm thinking more like the Guillotine, for example. Gives you a nice damage up, but then also forces your head to be all weird. And for example, that zombie could have easily hit me there if it had been just a second more because of the pull the grenade was doing. I have absolutely no strategy for this. I'm only doing it on 1 cell difficulty because... God damn. Also, it pulls things like cells and like your money. It's... Oh god, it's so awkward to use and just... a really bizarre mechanic that makes me wonder if it was meant to be something different, but they decide to throw it into grenade form instead. I honestly do not know. It's simple route today. Go Ramparts, go, I don't know, Fog Fjord. Maybe I'll try my luck with the Sanctuary. As far as mutations, I guess get the cooldown mutation, get the... I don't know, Tranquility or something. I honestly have no idea what I'm going to be doing with this. I threw it on simple difficulty, so... Huh. For some reason, I thought that I was going into the time door. Never mind, then. Got about 10 seconds left. I think I can make it. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2... Oh, man! 0 seconds ago. Look at that. Lame. The only thing that is going to make this even halfway decent is if I get... Oh, I want to see what this look like when he tries firing at me. Or he's going to die immediately. Whatever, that works too. Maybe what I can do... It is single cell difficulty, so I'm not expecting this to be too difficult of a run. But the only strategy that I can think of is if I have the Magnetic Grenade pulling on both sides to kind of rip enemies apart. Well, do damage while also keeping them... Oh. Oh, it's so goofy. Why does it bring all, like, the cells and money with it? Yeah, this is very much in the... It's very much in the same vein as... Okay, use that there, use that here. Yeah, I guess you get a little wiggle. It's not really what I'm looking for, but... In the same vein as using the ice bow for a run. Something that is absolutely not meant to be used for anything, but totally can. But totally can have a full run done with it. Okay, throw that there, throw that there. Not too far away from each other. I guess you can also... Come on, man. I guess you could also... That was close. Pull enemies off edges with it? I don't know how useful that would be. Nah. But might be... Maybe I'll go Ossuary, because that is a place with a lot of edges that I can try to pull enemies off, get that fall damage, get enemies in the middle of the place. I guess you could also use Magnetic Grenade for any time you need enemies to be really grouped up. You know, like your... How about that? Oh, come on! Get enemies really grouped up, use like a Death Orb on them or something. I could see that being pretty helpful in the... You know, screw it. Both at once. Get that extra pull. God, I love that they're apparently being, like, pulled up from the very ground. Well. The Bombardier can't even shoot me because its shots immediately go into the the grenade. Of course, if I get anywhere near... Yeah, maybe I'm not giving this enough credit. I say that about every weapon that I don't like, but could easily be true here as well. Oh, yeah, you know what would be fun? I haven't been to the prison depths in a while, and that will totally screw up the mechanical spiders, which, before the golems, those are the most powerful enemies in the entire game. Oh, come on! Oh, this is... Yep, that was totally what I wanted to do, too. Yeah, this is really weird and awkward. Gotta figure out exactly what the range is on this to make full usage of it. I mean, it should be obvious that I have... Didn't even look like they could warp down to me. Oh. Another thing is that the gigantic lightning bolts coming out of the grenade do go through walls, which is... That might be the only thing that does that, now that I'm thinking about it. Because I don't think there's any other weapon that goes through walls. That could be useful. I don't know how useful. Other weapons this could probably be useful for would be... I don't know. Probably really heavy weapons, like slow and heavy weapons, so you could get enemies away from you, but then still be able to hit them, your broadswords or whatever. Yeah, I guess it does mess up enemies just about as much as it messes up me, so just put it on even ground. Put it on even ground here. Okay, let's see if I can get that bat. Okay, I'm liking this weapon more and more the more I'm using it here. Yeah, prison depths. Because I want to see a bunch of slashers just futilely trying to slash at me, and just those mechanical spiders utterly baffled with why I can't get hit by any shots, and their corpse biters being entirely useless. Sure. I'll say this, I am not going to be taking any curse chests with this weapon. For some reason doesn't sense that as being a threat? What do I want? What do I want? I guess tranquility would be good. Yeah. I mean, the revenge, I think it's called revenge, is always good, but I'm gonna go tranquility. Because the grenade continues to go off even while I'm far away from it. So, why not? You know, I've been watching a whole bunch of... Been, like, scoping the scene on that. Oh, yeah, I forgot spinners are in here, too. And even they can't. Even they can't escape that gravity well that I'm creating. Oh, let's see if I can kill these guys just throwing them up here. Kind of? Like, mostly? Ah, this is goofy. But yeah, I've been watching a whole bunch of streamers lately, and it surprises me how many people really underestimate. Yeah, there's the unpredictability I was talking about. It surprises me the amount of people that really underestimate how good Tranquility is. I think it's maybe the best mutation in the entire game. Because it's very, very versatile. You can use it for a lot of different things. Not just bows, not just... Oh, I'm definitely going to go for that elite. Not just bows, not just grenades, but also turrets. Pretty much anything that goes with tactics, which is the best. Yeah, which is the best, it is the meta right now. So if you have something that syncs well with tactics, which that's, like I said, oh nice. Speaking of which, speaking of a good tactics item. Oh, whatever, just get out of here. I'm just gonna do this while watching. you have anything that syncs well with tactics, and that's what you should be building right now, it really benefits from... Oh, God! Whoa! I did not see that coming. All right, I'll meet you back here. Okay, that was kind of stupid. I suppose you do have to remember that when you are using this weapon, you don't... Enemies can be pulled into you at the same time that they're pulled away from you. It's an important thing to remember. Oh, that spinner just... Okay, good. I keep forgetting those guys can go off edges. Woof. One of the things I really do like about watching other people play this game is it's a nice reminder that... Oh, come on. That, you know, after I've played this game for literally hundreds of hours, that... You know, the early parts of the game, even when you have no boss cells up and all that sort of stuff, that can be pretty tough. I love being reminded that this game is difficult, regardless of if you're playing on the hardest difficulty or not. And no. I don't want to even try to... Oh, God. Yeah, that's just what I need. Flying mechanical spiders. Okay. You know, I was briefly considering throwing it on 2-cell difficulty, but... Oh, boy. No, I think I made the right choice in the first place. Great. Best tactic you could probably do with this is... Oh, God. Best tactic you could probably do with this is to remember that you want to be walking away from the grenade and not towards it. So that enemies will be killed in that way. So that enemies, if they're trying to attack, will be away from you being killed rather than right next to you. Though the spinners are going to be the most difficult of the enemies that I would be facing, because despite the fact that they are pulled along with that, they're not pulled that hard. Actually, can I get two? Oh, I can totally make the time door if I go quick. Now I don't want to get Fogger and Spinnered again, if I can. What's the next one? You know what? I'm going 1-cell difficulty. This is always a good choice. Because I'll have as many flask charges as I need. You use that thing almost immediately. Hey, I think this is the first time I've gone through the prison depths and had it be a net gain after getting to the ossuary. For whatever reason, I don't think they like to give you too many... Oh, that's 2 minutes. I thought it was only 1 minute. For some reason, they don't like to give you too many scrolls in the prison depths, near as I can tell. Which is why, I don't know, it usually seems like it's... Even when you're like grinding out cells, it's usually more beneficial to just go directly to the... It's usually more beneficial to just go directly to the ossuary rather than going through the prison depths, even though it is an extra area. Oh, I still hit myself anyway. Dang, I wanted to be the cool guy. That's my I Want to Be the Guy fan game. Look for it coming 2034. All right. Oh, I don't even want to test Thornies to see how they react to this. Well, fine. You know what? I can. This was a great idea. I do think this run is going to have me liking this weapon more, but not loving this weapon. I guess more than anything, I do like the icon that it has for the little grenade there. Reminds me a lot of Magnet Man's weapon from Mega Man 3. That's the only place where you can see... I think that's the only place in the entire Mega Man series where you can see Dr. Light's... Oh, God! Finish that sentence in a second. Okay. Yeah, sure. The only place that you can see Dr. Light's name is, in fact, Dr. Wright, because in Magnet Man stage, some of the generators have Dr. R and W on it. Oh, come on. Oh, he apparently did not notice me, despite the fact that he was getting hit. What, 50 times a second there? Oh, this game runs at 60 frames, so that much, I guess. Having 17 tactics is definitely not doing me. Oh, yeah, they added in damage dealt times 2 to items now. Might be worth looking for one of those in a Magneto Grenade. Plus 100% on poison targets. Release Toxic Cloud when they die. Well, choice is obvious. Alright. Since I am fearing exactly... I don't know, maybe I can just keep the incomplete one totally locked in place with this method. I don't know, maybe enemies gain resistance to it like they do with freezing. But I don't want to test it and get a face full of damage field unless I have the most amount of stats that I can get here. Really, the next scroll that I find where I can get a survival, I should probably grab that just so I have a good amount of health rather than not much right now. There we go. Oh, speaking of which, I don't even have to choose between that and tactics this time, which I'm okay with. Anything else I'm gonna grab? I don't think it. I'm just gonna save all my money for re-rolling at a later stage. I don't think there's any reason to go blow it all right now. This isn't the maximum level. Sure. Man, generation is weird sometimes. Alright, anything else? Does go right through shield bearer shields. Ow, which is nice. Oh yeah, I forgot that I heal that quickly. Yep, great. Oh, God. Not doing as much getting enemies off of edges as I was expecting. Oh, that was a good example. What do you got? If it's a cursed chest? No. You know what? I'm pretty sure it's a cursed. Is it a cursed chest? No, it's the food shop. That's right. Oh, God. Well, time to go to the Black Bridge. Screw getting a bunch of stats. This is not the time for it. Oof. Now, what else would I possibly need here? I haven't looked to see if Tranquility is doing damage, is doing extra damage or not. This should be the perfect time to find out. And then we're going to do this, and... I'm not seeing any plus damage, so I guess it doesn't actually work. That's too bad. And it seems pretty obvious here that he is not getting pulled very much by these grenades. He's getting pulled in... No, I don't think he's getting pulled at all. Maybe? No, a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. That goes with elites in the same way, where if you use a shove shield on them or an impaler, they really don't move at all. Just whittling away that health. I guess you could say that this guy is very heavy, but, you know, a random elite, like, zombie? What's the deal with them not getting pulled at all? Oh, yeah, and he can jump right out of that if he wants to. The legendary incomplete one's mad ups. He's pretty tall, too. He could make a decent basketball player. At the same time, I don't know if he can lift his hand above his head. I mean, that sweep downwards says maybe, but... I mean, the punch attack, maybe, but... I don't know. Ow. That's where emergency triage comes in. And I'm pretty sure the incomplete one has, like, big, like, coverings on his fist, that he has actual hands. I don't know. This is stupid. This is all stupid. I'm gonna go get some money. So we would be able to grasp the ball. Alright, that's enough of that. I like that the roll attack against the door apparently gets extra damage. Okay, give me something different. Obviously, sure, and then emergency triage. And then I'm gonna try out the sanctuary. Maybe I can get those golems kind of stun-locked as well. The same way that I was doing with the slashers when it was working and I wasn't getting killed. Parting Gift, I don't know if that's the best, but I do know that will 100% work with this. I was kind of expecting it to fall downwards, but oh, okay. I do know that Parting Gift will 100% work with this dumb setup that I got going on here. See if I might be able to get an upgrade here too, since I think I'm getting 3 shops with the 3 Saldor as well. Perfect. Enemies burn when they die. I understand that having the causes all arrows to fall from victims is every single hit from the grenade, not just the initial hit or whatever, so that it's very good to get all using the magnetic grenade is a good way to has good synergy with bows, so you can get arrows back constantly. Or maybe I was thinking of the causes 6 arrows and then each hit causes 6. I don't know, whatever. I don't use this weapon a whole lot. Oh, I'm missing a scroll down there. Also, there, as usual with the Slumbering Sanctuary, you really don't get a whole lot of teleporters around here. Which makes it a little... Okay, let's test her out. Well, it mostly killed the... Hello? Fantastic. Ah. Well, it mostly killed the golem, so... I guess I'm satisfied? I don't know. Get some more health here. I want to build some more health, but I also know that this is not a build that will be doing a lot of damage. Period. So... it's kind of questionable if I want to give up any of my precious stats just for health's sake. If this is a golem, no. Okay, that's fine. God, the last thing I need to be fighting is an elite golem. At least this guy won't even be able to attack me because... good. Tactics +2 or... get flammable oil. Nah, I'm going to stick with the one I got right now. I was just saying that I wasn't sure if I wanted to get rid of any potential damage ups for a health up right now. Okay. Oh, there's a good opportunity. Not for that. Golem, get back here. We'll be stunned for like 30 seconds, so that is an easy kill. Okay, where is the golem here? That's what I want to know. And there it is. Oh, and he saw me. Great. Great. This is all great. Triage. Oh, if there was one time to use triage, that's it. Was this a shop? Oh no, it's a curse chest. Which, no. Enemies, for whatever reason, seem to be able to get hit by the grenade without noticing that you're attacking them. So if I'm lucky, I might be able to act... Great, great. No, that's perfect. Damn, man. All right, coming back to the sanctuary then. You know, the more I use this weapon, the more I gain kind of an appreciation of how exactly it works. Because one of the things that I've noticed when I've been using it is that you can attack enemies through walls, obviously, but enemies that are being attacked through walls can't see you and don't react. For example... Well, that's not what I meant. Let's see if I can... Like, these zombies didn't even see me. If they were a golem, they wouldn't have started to grab me. If they were an elite, they wouldn't have warped to me. Anything like that. So there's some techniques that you could use here to, let's say, get this cursed chest and then not have to worry about enemies even attacking you at all. Yeah, provided you do it right. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to. I suppose we'll see in about 5 seconds, and if not, well, coming back to the Slumbering Sanctuary again. Get all the stats here. That's why I took Alienation this time, because I thought, you know, I bet I can probably deal with curses, unlike before. So what do we got? Am I immediately... I'm not going to take out that guy. No problem. Let's make sure that he doesn't actually shoot a shot at me. Want to be careful here still. Take out those bats, no problem. Take out that dude, no problem. Didn't even try shooting anything at me. See if I can activate those without activating the golem. Good. Now, I could go directly to the clock tower, but that's... nah. I don't need to. Nope, perfect. Oh, no, I need one more. Oh, there we go. That wasn't quite the example that I was looking for of how exactly that works, but that's fine. I'm sure I'll find another elite, or... I'm probably going to be going to the clock tower, so there will be plenty of... let's say, vertically oriented areas up there that I'll be able to try, see if I can show that off a little bit. Ooh. All right. See if I can get the golem here. Yeah, okay, so right here. For example, right there, I'm attacking the golem. The golem isn't grabbing me or even noticing that I'm hitting him. And I didn't even have to throw a grenade on top of him or anything. Because I was attacking him through the wall, so he couldn't even see me. I don't know how useful this is as a technique in this game, but it's interesting. The magnetic grenade is a very unique sort of weapon. And I do really like that more than just about anything else with this weapon, because otherwise it's getting me killed more than not. I mean, this is the most I've been killed in any run for quite a while. Ah, nice try. Got that walking through a door invincibility. I mean, just think about that anytime the next time somebody's angry or attacking you or whatever. Just walk through a door. Can't do anything. Boy, these loading screens sometimes have been somewhat long, I've noticed. Don't know what the deal with that is exactly. I don't know if I would take another curse chest here, but it was worth taking the 2 in the last one because... Ah, crap. Wow. That frame rate there did not like that. Also, I didn't like it when... Ah, God! Oh, the awkwardness of all of this. Back to the clock tower. You know, this run is significantly more difficult than I expected it to be. Who would have guessed? Yeah, I got the ice bow run done on the first try. I was like half asleep that entire time. Also, I know this tower can get a little wacky, but like, come on, dude. There is a certain level of believability that I think you're passing here. Oh, good. More health immediately. Brutality, I guess? I don't know. Well, either way, I am attempting another... I'm giving another try to Tranquility, because I don't know... Usually it gives you a little, like, yellow number and then a plus X amount of damage. That, you know, a little yellow number that says how much extra damage you're doing because you're using a... Okay, so, for example there, I was doing about 100. Let's see if I'm right up next to this guy. No, it's about the same. Doesn't look like that affects it at all. Oh, well. I wanted to give it a try anyway. Oh, and see if I can grab maybe one more upgrade before the end here. Those arrows are pretty good, so... Also, Viscera is pretty nice, too. I'm going to take this one instead. Is that? No. I thought that was expensive enough that it might be a 2 times damage one. No such luck. Maybe you? Ah, this will probably be what I finish up the run with. As long as I don't get hit by a million things and then jump immediately into spikes after that, I should be fine here. At least that's the basic assumption I'm working off of. Like, health is pretty good now. I'm fine with that. The cool... Ah, why? Okay, health is maybe not as good as I was thinking that it was. Not a problem. Oh boy. Now I'm kind of afraid of what it's going to be like when I get to the assassin fight, because I have no idea. Well... Oh, good God. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, yes, and you. Minus 40% damage taken with that one. So I decide to take it. And try not to get hit by anything. Because those... I'm going to choose health this time because I just need more health, I think. I don't know. I don't know how much that's actually going to help. If at all. I'm trying to think, but I can't think of anything that gives me any real defense except for like mutations, except for... I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to go for a little bit more health just right at the end here. Well, if nothing else, I can always just pump down the difficulty if necessary, or... Good. I've had people tell me that you can just roll off of that, but I have gotten hit by that before anyway, so I don't know. I was probably doing something wrong. That was probably my fault, but... I guess I want to be really risk-averse right now, more than any other time. Oh, come on, you're supposed to pull him off the edge there. There's no reason not to go for as many stat ups as possible, because... All right. Because I think I'm going to really need it here. Is the sound glitching out or something? Because what is going on with these sound effects right now? Just like that last video with the cluster grenade. Ah, whatever, this is fine. I have no idea how this is gonna go, but I guess we'll see. Now's the real test of my ability to dodge assassin attacks. Ugh. You and... Oh, there's nothing else that could even be somewhat useful in this circumstance. I don't know. Whatever, if I beat her, then you'll have that a goofy little grenade just kind of pop right out of her corpse. So that'll be something. Let's go. Assassin. Damage isn't great. Could be worse. Already on the next phase. Well, at least she's fast enough that I'm always hitting her. Okay. Okay. Third phase. Not bad. Okay. If she wants to just keep going for melee attacks, I'd be okay with that. Yep. Ah, gotta make sure that I don't get hit too much by that. Or that. Oh, boy. Hey, that wasn't too bad. I expected it to be way worse. Thankfully, that emergency triage, well, was very emergency ready, so... Oof. Yeah, I got the feeling that if I got hit by any one of her melee attacks, she would have taken me out immediately. Because those shurikens don't do too much damage compared to any of her other moves. Any of them. Huh. Well, that's Magnetic Grenade. A very strange, goofy item, but I got a lot more respect for it after doing this one.